Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. We started off 2 games, both against Hunters, both insanely lucky, and I won the top decks. And you can see here, I just want to, preach what I always preach. I've been talking lately about, not having overly top-heavy decks. This doesn't even look that top-heavy, right? There's just 4 cards here that are 6 or above. And yeah, because of that, I've actually been screwed in both games I've played. Just having 4 cards that are 6 or above, I've been screwed by not being able to, react to my opponents well enough. And having a handful of cards I can't play. Now, I won due to lucky top decks and due to my opponent not having, any source of direct damage, like Kill Command or Arcane Shot. But those games I probably should have lost. Not that I'm complaining. I think I deserve a little bit of luck after things that have been happening to me lately, but still. In fact, in one game I won because a Mad Bomber from my opponent was very bad for him. Like, if it had hit me in the face or if it had killed one of my minions, I would have lost, but I got lucky and it didn't happen. Alright, I've learned my lesson. Don't keep Twilight Drakes in your opening hand. Yes, it's exciting to play a huge Twilight Drake on turn 2, or on turn 4, but if you end up having to play a bunch of other stuff, or need to remove your opponent's creatures and don't have the luxury of playing the Twilight Drake, it just goes all the way bad, all the way quickly. This is kind of awkward because I can obviously play the Stormforged Axe on turn 2, but then I can't really play my guys on turn 3. Unless I coin them out on turn 3, which is an interesting possibility. Like on turn 3 when I'm overloaded for 1 mana, having only 2 mana, I can use the coin to get a 3rd and play one of these guys. Or I can just skip the Stormforged Axe entirely. I think I'm going to do that, actually. I think I'll skip the Stormforged Axe entirely. The question is, what do I play? Well, the Mana Tide Totem is tempting to establish some dominance. Kobold Geomancer, I'm going to play the stupid monkey. This will protect my Infiltrator, and I can get some damage through. Now, the Totem was tempting, but I think at this point I'd rather have some board presence than just starting to get extra cards. Hopefully, with this, I'll establish some board dominance, and I can play this later on and start getting cards then. Maybe around turn 4 or 5. So he plays Novice Engineer, which I'm totally okay with, because the monkey is a very good answer to that. And he plays a Voodoo Doctor. Now, this tempts me to actually whip out Stoneforged Axe. Is that worth it? I think not. I think I'm just going to play the biggest thing I've got. We'll use this to kill the Engineer. We'll use this to kill the Voodoo Doctor. And we have a pretty good board presence here. Next turn I can Stormforged Axe, Lightning Bolt, that'll kill just about anything, leaving me, of course, with no mana. He's gonna swipe my guy, which is a pretty, I would say, loose swipe. It's just a 1-for-1 as a swipe. It's not that impressive. What do we do here? Well, I think this is time to play the Mana Tide Totem. I mean, Geomancer's kind of a lame play. I could have made a regular totem, but why don't we get some cards? So this is a 3-mana cycle at the very least, and now he has to kill it, or else it's gonna give me even more cards. So it's card advantage already, but it may be even better. He is going to... The best answer is a silence, which he actually has. It's really the best answer possible. Because it puts a creature on the board. He's not spending a card to get rid of it. Lame. Alright, so what I could do here is whip out the Stormforged Axe and a Fairy Dragon and kill the owl that lets me keep the Silverback Patriarch here, the stupid monkey. Or I can play the Tiger, then I'll get rid of the owl with my monkey. I'm going to actually play the Tiger here. I think the Tiger is such a big card, and Druids are going to have such big things at this point that I want a big body out here. Plus, I want to make sure I keep as much board presence as I can because I want to try to actually play this guy on turn 8. It sucks playing a 3-power guy on turn 8, though, for all your mana. That's the real problem with this guy. Either he needs to be cheaper or his power needs to be higher. He, of course, is a Druid of the Claw, because of course he does. So what I'm going to do here is actually this. I'm going to go crazy overload on turn 7, so that on turn 8 I can actually play Alec here. So for that, I'm going to play the Geomancer. Lightning Bolt is 4 damage now. Stormforged Axe deals the remaining damage at 8. I've got plenty of health, so I can afford to do this. Then we get the Tiger through for some damage. Now the Druid's going to have a tough time dealing with this 5/5. I have 5 mana next turn, which is enough to silence or play a dragon in the totem, or maybe something else if something else should be needed. I just don't want to see a... an Ancient of War would be fine here. I could just silence it back down to 5/5 and trade the Tiger for it. So an Ancient of War would be just fine. I don't want to see a Boulder Fist Ogre, though. That would be annoying. I'd have to hit it with my axe to kill it. Funnily enough, if this were a... this could have been a Captain Greenskin, which would have been pretty good. I'd have a 3/3 weapon then, and then I could play a 5/4 into the field. Hilarious. Alright, so I want to kill this guy. What's the best way to do that? could ignore it. I could silence it and swing. That seems a bit risky. I need 4 damage on top of my axe. Well, here's what we're going to do then. I'm going to do this. Hit it. Trade the Geomancer for it. Attack with my Silenced Manatide Totem. Swing, swing. Play the Fairy Dragon on the correct side of my Flame Tongue. Pass the turn. So I'm pretty safe against Swipe. Pretty safe against Starfall, but could be safer. And then next turn I can actually play this guy and maybe get some... if this Flame Totem is still here, which is not super likely, but not super unlikely either, this guy can actually swing for 10 damage and I might be able to win the game. Because I've got 5, 7, 12... Yeah, I mean, this would be 22 damage if everything gets to attack. 24 with this. He's got it, though. He's got the kill. He's gonna kill it with that and swipe. Luckily, he doesn't have mana left over to shapeshift, so my tiger actually lives, which is very interesting. Let's do a quick check. 5, 8, 10, 16. Worth it. Winds obey my mother friggin' command. Do I commit the axe to his face? Nah, we're not gonna commit the axe. Actually, I'm gonna commit it. I've got silence. So really, next turn, think about it. I can silence whatever taunt he plays, play a Blue-Glue Warrior, he's down to 0 unless he also shapeshifted. But then I've got these other minions. So it looks like he has to restore health, but... Oh, he's drawing cards! Well, then he can't win. I can't think of literally nothing he could do here. Because I've got silence. So there might be a way that I could actually win with what I have on the board, although I don't think there is. I think I actually do really need to silence this thing.
Your magic shall not
we'll give Alakir the kill. Good game, M. Kushner 1204. Well, apparently I have a tough matchup against Hunters, so all the better that I got lucky against them because the Druid went down pretty easily. By the way, notice he had a lot of big stuff. He had 2 Druids of the Claw and an Ancient of Lore, and I just beat him pretty effortlessly there. Despite him playing 2 swipes, I beat him pretty effortlessly just because he got off to a slow start and I got off to a fast start. This just goes to show, folks, you need to get that those early advantages. That makes such a big difference. And in some cases, no amount of top decking, or sorry, no amount of like fat top tier deck with big features will help you out. Well, let's just keep all this. It's fine. Dat Ash, this is a League of Legends player, apparently. Apparently it's also a pun, because Ash sounds like, you know, ass. People sometimes say Dat Ass, but, well, anyway. Do you quit a Loot Hoarder out on turn 1? I think so. I think it just slows him down so much. It's worth spending the coin on. Then on turn 3, we can, or in turn 2, either Totem or the Geomancer, depending on circumstances, and then turn 3 again, we have a choice. Now the disadvantage of keeping my hand is that I have flexibility in what I play, but one of these 3 drops isn't going to get played, so time will kind of pass it by. In fact, maybe the Blade Master would have been worth mulliganing. Yeah, it's the perfect answer for Loot Hoarder, Earthshock. I cannot believe it. That's ridiculous. Well, I would rather play a Fairy Dragon than the Geomancer, because there are some 3 drops like Raging Worgen and Grizzly that are just a pain for the Geomancer to deal with, but the Fairy Dragon can just kill him. Of course, if he plays a Harvest Golem or a Scarlet Crusader, I'll be annoyed, but this is alright. It's pretty much never a good time if your opponent has Harvest Golem or Scarlet Crusader on turn 3. It's just a perennial hope that they do not. Unless, of course, you're a Shaman holding Earthshock, but hey, guess what another card is that I never saw in this draft? Earthshock! No Hex, no Earthshock, no Fire Elemental. Oh, he has a Totem. Please don't be a 1/1. It's spell damage. Lovely dovely. So now we will just go ahead and play the Unbound Elemental. If ever there was a time to play the Blade Master, I guess that would have been it, because my opponent doesn't have anything on the board, so I might as well put the higher power. But I mean, this is good enough to clear totems. It doesn't add a Lightning Bolt and Rock Biters. I think that's the issue. This guy's a Shaman. Shamans have 2 really good answers to that. He has a very, very, very slow start. He has 2 turns where he does nothing but make a totem, so he's got a lot of beef in his hand, but it's going to be difficult for him. Oh man, he passed on turn 3 and turn 4. He has a really bad hand, just like the worst hand of all time. Well, I'm going to play this guy. I could have played Spellbreaker to silence his Healing Totem, but I think a little bit silly. Let's just actually play the Blade Master. He almost certainly has a Lightning Storm here, or else I don't know what the heck he's doing with his life. But the Blade Master has a 50-50 chance of surviving Lightning Storm, and this thing's actually guaranteed to survive, so I'm okay with that. And then he'll be overloaded for 2 mana next turn, so while I'm dropping a Sunwalker, he's going to be doing nothing. Plays an Ooze, which I'm okay with. And a Lightning Storm. Not that I want it. I still would rather he didn't play Lightning Storm. Just so we're totally clear on what's going on here. Man, I'm kind of regretting this is not an Argent Commander again.
Bring me steel.
Master something. Well, where did this stuff come from? Why didn't you play this stuff before? I don't understand. Lightning bolts. Alright, I don't want to be overloaded next turn in preparation for Sunwalker. I really don't. So what I'm going to do here is play conservatively. I'm just going to make... Oh, I don't want to just make a totem and do nothing. That's lame. Okay, we're going to lightning bolt something. Let's lightning bolt this. Ooze. This guy. Totem. Do I play the Geomancer here? God, I cannot fathom that he would have not played Lightning Storm last turn. So I bet he doesn't have a Lightning Storm, so I'm going to spread out a little bit. If he has Lightning Storm, it's going to suck. But at least, you know, this might survive, and this will definitely survive. Even if he gets spell damage, this is going to survive a Lightning Storm. Rifleman? Okay, no Lightning Storm, that's good. And a Hex. Well, that's great because Sunwalker is often fodder for Hexes. Luckily, that isn't going to happen this time. Stormwind Knight is a very good top deck here.
For the king.
It's the perfect way to kill that guy. So he definitely does not have Lightning Storm. He 100% would have played it last turn if he had it. Not that that's remarkable. Again, Lightning Storms are rare. He might not have even seen one. And even if he did, he might not have drawn it. We're actually threatening, getting pretty close to lethal. 4, 6, 8. He's down to 6 health. He's really done nothing this game. I mean, the guy's just... He's had some removal. He had Axe. He had the Rifleman. But he's just had nothing. He hasn't played anything. He hasn't removed any of my stuff. Fire Elemental. Good card. But it's not enough at this point. We'll just play Sunwalker. See if he has a second Hex. On him for 4 damage. My deck is not the greatest deck for reach. I don't have Rock Biters. I don't have Lava Bursts. I don't have any Fire Elementals. Okay, let's see if he can give them Taunt with the Defender of Argus. He actually can. Luckily for me, I can silence one of them to get rid of the Taunt. Okay, let's see here. If I Lightning Storm... and Fork Lightning. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to Fork Lightning first. Hopefully that'll kill the Defender of Argus. Although, why not just... Wait, the Lightning Storm is going to kill that regardless. So I should Fork Lightning second. Now, do I have enough mana to totem? No, I want to play the Spellbreaker. So we're going to Lightning Storm first. MVP spell damage right here, guaranteeing a kill on the Defender of Argus. Which is important because this now allows me to play Forked Lightning. Now, I have to think here. I could silence this and swing for 4, 6, 8. Yeah, definitely.
Your magic shall not save you.
That's really, really good. So now I'm threatening lethal. I've got 3 taunts to protect my stuff. I mean, he pretty much has to have a Lightning Storm. I mean, he has to right now, or else the game's over. Well, okay, he could play another Sea Giant and another Defender of Argus, I guess. Or like a Molten Giant, a pair of Molten Giants and a pair of Defender of Argus or something. But it was going to be difficult for him to catch up. He clearly blew his load last turn, and I had enough of my Shaman Lightning spells to get past it. So I had the right cards there, but pretty easy win again. Can't complain about life. 4-0. Although, really, it could just come across at any moment now. I mean, it could all just fall apart because, again, I have been a little bit lucky in these games. Not that I don't deserve a little luck, but it must be acknowledged. If I'm going to whine when I get unlucky, then I should probably acknowledge when I do get lucky. I'd like to get 3 more wins. That would mean I stay above 10,000, which is a pretty exciting mark to be at. Oh, by the way, some interesting, speaking of money, the expansion, Curse of Nyxramas, for Hearthstone should be coming out soon, we all hope. And there was a very exciting card revealed recently. I don't know if you guys caught it, but there's a priest card that was revealed. It was called like Dark Cultist or Void Cultist or something. It's a 3/4 for 3 mana, the first 3/4 for 3 mana ever introduced in Hearthstone. And it has a pretty cool ability, Death Rattle, give a friendly minion +3 health. So really not like the greatest Death Rattle of all time, but man, it's a 3/4 for 3 mana, and priests get it. So like, I think everyone's just going to be playing priests on the ladder. It's going to be priest crazy. That's my guess. Now, do I coin out one of these guys? The problem is Mana Addict is such a crappy card that it honestly isn't even worth accelerating. Okay, so there's the Berserker. Had I coined out the Fairy Dragon, I'd be killing it now. As it is, we're going to just play this and hope. Now, not a bad hope here. I mean, he can't Arcane Shot this because it can't be targeted by spells, but he could play a Shattered Sun Cleric. And I don't have Forked Lightning here to deal with the aftermath if he were to have a Shattered Sun Cleric. No, he has another Flare, so he's playing with a very smooth curve. 2 of those. Basically playing with a 28-card deck. Something like a Frostwolf Grunt would be really great for him here because it would prevent me from killing him. No, he's just going to play the Direwolf Alpha. Fair enough, and he's going to hit me in the face. Well, I'm pretty okay with that because what that allows me to do is play the healer, not waste the battle cry, heal myself, and then the Fairy Dragon still kills the Berserker. Now I've got a 3-3 versus a 2-2. Really can't complain about that. Could have also coined the Infiltrator, but I gambled to coin is going to be better later on. Alright, he plays the Pirate, which I'm relatively okay with because I can just kill it. Or I can get cheeky. I can actually silence it and then kill the wolf. But this guy will kill my guy, so really what's the point? Yeah, yeah, I think Lightning Bolt's actually pretty good here, isn't it? Yeah, let's go ahead and play the Mana Addict.
I can taste the mana.
Pirate. Hit the wolf. Play the Infiltrator. That's the turn. So getting my Overload out of the way here was nice. It does mean that my Geomancer is looking a bit silly at the moment. It's not really got anything to do. Buzzard Hounds would give him 3 cards and probably the game. Because he could kill this. And he couldn't kill that, but he'd get 3 cards for 2, which is going up a card, and a bunch of board presence. Luckily he doesn't have it, he just has a Steady Shot, which is very good to see on turn 5. Oh, that's really good. He actually passes the turn, oh my gosh. Well, he either has the Buzzard's Hound combo and decided not to play it, or he's bad at this game. Well, let's hedge my bets. I'm going to play a Totem, so the taunt is actually really good. I'm not going to play the Geomancer, though. We're not going to go too crazy here. I have a feeling he's got something. I'm actually going to put the Stormforged Axe in my hand and hit him in the face once with it because I want to get Overload out of the way next turn. I've got nothing to do next turn anyway, so I might as well get the Overload out of the way right now and put this in my hand. Otherwise, I'm doing nothing with the mana, so I might as well get it. He does, it seems, have the Buzzard Hounds combo. He just wanted me to play an extra minion. Well, I don't know how well that worked out for him, to be honest. So he gets 4 cards now. Unless he has a Timberwolf, that's his a whole turn, and then he has to run into this Taunt Totem. And he does not have a Timberwolf, which is good news for me. Maybe he wanted me to reveal this guy so he could kill it? I don't know. Bit of a questionable play, I think, waiting that long for the Buzzard Hounds. Either way, though, he's still doing very well for himself, so we'll do that, kill that. Google Warrior is not very good here, it'll just die to the Hound. So we're gonna play Geomancer, though I'm not that thrilled about it. Don't see what else to do. I mean, I could have played this guy just to play him, but that seems silly. Okay, so he has 9 cards, but I'm a little bit ahead on the board. I guess I'm not that ahead, nor am I that ahead on life. So yeah, this is a bit tricky. I'm gonna be in tough shape. It's a gigantic Twilight Drake. Luckily for me, Spellbreaker's a pretty good card. He gets a Taunting Bear. That's annoying. Ah, geez, I can't get past this bear very well. Well, no Alakir the Windlord for me this turn. We're gonna do this. I could play the coin, which is an intriguing, but that would make this 3. No, why do I do that? Let's do this. I'm gonna play the Mana Tide Totem. We'll just run the Geomancer. Not max into that. And then the Mana Addict, which is a bad card anyway. There we go. So this is very easy for him to kill, but maybe he doesn't have a way to kill it. Who knows? He needs 2 more damage, or removal, or a silence. It's very likely that he has a kill for it. I needed this to be a Taunt Totem, and it wasn't. Alright, pretty much anything would be good for him here. Yeah, the pig will do the job, killing my Mana Tide. Yeah, the pig was good. I mean, the Leok would have given this 2 attack. He would have needed 1 more point of damage to kill it, but the pig just gets it all by itself. Ah, that's unfortunate. I really don't have enough damage to try to burn him out here. I mean, I could try. So he kills this. I play this. It's 6 plus 4 is 10. He's at 12. Seems like a long, long, distant hope. Cobra. Well, that seals the deal. Definitely not going to go for any kind of burnout victory here. Okay. Let's play this. Winds obey my command. Kill the Cobra with Divine Shield. Put on auto kill. And, yeah. Will be very risky. Clearing his board, leaving myself with a bunch of damage stuff that's very easily killed. He's got 7 cards to my 6, quote unquote. This is a totem. This is a, well, 7, quote unquote. This is a coin though, and this is a totem. So yeah, this just in, Buzzard Hounds is still very good, especially against Shamans who have totems to line out the field. Paladins also help Unleash the Hounds be good, but at least the Paladins' recruits all kill the Hounds, whereas the Shaman's totems do not.
Your magic.
I'm gonna silence my guy, so it's no longer all the stuff that it normally is. So humble 3/2. And a kill command for the face, or no, for my Spellbreaker. Okay, well at least he's not going for my face. That's something. Sunwalker. That's actually really good. We're gonna do this. Finally pop a coin. Sunwalker. I'm gonna just kill his hardest hitting guy, I guess. Boy, I'm actually in the game. It's not like over. He's got 5 cards and a Berserker. I have 5 cards, one of which is a totem, but I'm about to draw my 6th. Steady Shot's a long distance away from killing me, and I've got a good board. I mean, he does need some good stuff here to continue to build pressure. Unleash the Hounds number 2 is alright if he has a kill command or a Timberwolf. Let's see if he's got he has it. Of course he has. No, he has a Hunter's Mark. Well, it's better than kill command, because kill command would have just killed this. Hunter's Mark. He at least has to throw a hound away for it. And then the well, Drake can kill his Berserker. Deadly Shot. Well, like I said, it needed a good turn, and guess what? He had one. Well, now the Bluegill Warrior sucks because it just lets the guy get enraged. Down on Mage also lets that get enraged. So we're hoping for a taunt totem. Didn't get it. Gonna play the Bluegill Warrior. And I don't know. Call the hound, I suppose. This is actually the worst thing I could have gotten, because now this guy can just enrage against it, and then it takes a big bite of my There's another ogre. I mean, I should say he has an ogre himself. Oh boy. Here's where I really need some hexes. Nope. I had the window, but like he just continued to have amazing cards. Like he did all damn game. And by amazing cards, I mean one amazing card. I mean Unleash the Hounds 3. Well, I can't complain too much about bad luck, because I got very lucky against the first 2 hunters. However, what I will say this though, for those of you who are like, yeah, you got top decks against those hunters. You know, the fact that I'm playing hunters at all, this many hunters at all, is really unlucky, because hunter's not been that popular in Arena. I mean, we had a pretty long run recently without a single hunter. And here we've got 3-1 when I'm like a terrible matchup against them. Yeah, I think Hunter's a really bad matchup because, I mean, with my totems and stuff, I'm just always at fear of Unleash the Hounds. And I don't have that much taunt or healing, so it's hard for me to avoid getting burned out, which is a strength of Hunters, generally, is burning opponents out. Hunters might even be better at that in some cases than mages. Like, I was playing a mage recently, and I actually didn't get any fireballs, so I didn't have that much burnout potential. Whereas Hunters, at least you always got your steady shots. As long as you have anything else, you're pretty decent. Alright, finally, not a hunter. Doesn't mean I'm gonna win, but I'm happy not to be playing hunters. Good to be second, and I'm gonna have to just keep this whole hand. Okay, we'll pass back the Dollar Mage, but this whole hand needs to be kept. So this might be good against cheap early plays. This, it would be insane to mulligan Lightning Storm against a Warlock. Because a lot of people, I think, like to play Warlock very aggressively. It seems like that's the way to go, so if you're up against a good opponent, which you theoretically should be at 4-1, you gotta figure if they were Warlock, they probably know that aggro is the way to go, so they went for aggro in their draft. And if the cards delivered, which they very well might have, since the person's got a decent record, they are decently likely to have some flame imps and whatnot to kick things off, and it's nice to have a reset button to put the kibosh on that shosh. Alright, well, the party begins. So do I coin out Loot Hoarder? The problem with that is that... Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Loot Hoarder is a perfect answer to Flame Up. Now he needs a Mortal Coil or a Void Walker here. See if he's got one. If he does, well, if he has a Mortal Coil, we'll both come out equal. We'll each get a card, and then I'll Stormforged Axe and kill this guy. If he has Void Walker, that's a bit more of a problem. I'll still play the Stormforged Axe and kill the Void Walker, but I have to use a tick of the axe, and the Flame Imp doesn't actually die. He's thinking a lot, so it seems like he doesn't have the easy answers, which is good. Pretty happy to see that.
Do you need a blessing?
Young Priestess. And another Flame Imp. I see. Well, so one of the Flame Imps is going to get buffed, the other one can die to the Loot Hoarder. So this is a pretty good start, I'd say. We do this, well, first of all, always draw cards first. We kill that guy. Play this. Play this. Now the main issue is that this Flame Imp's going to probably hit me at least twice before I can take care of it. That's the main issue. But he has dealt 6 damage to himself. So, I don't know.
Cleanse the
Shaman Cleric, that'll die to my axe, but he's getting a lot of damage through with these early Flame Imps. I cannot play my stupid monkey right now, or my elemental. Oh my gosh, that is some serious ass overload. I got an amazing flip though. The Taunt Totem saves me 4 damage. That was basically like a free hero ability heal 4. And then next turn we'll see. I'm probably just gonna play the stupid monkey just to delay this. Is it time yet for Lightning Storm? That's the question. Lightning Storm's not really that good. I mean, it might kill the bear, but it might not. This guy would let me kill the bear, but I have to take 3 damage for it. Alright, we're going to take a little bit of a risk. I'm going to play Fairy Dragon on the totem. So my thinking here is that the Fairy Dragon might at least direct the Leper Gnome. Well, it stops Leper Gnome from attacking my face, otherwise the Fairy Dragon would just kill the bear. If the Flame Imp kills the Fairy Dragon, then the Flame Imp's going to die to Lightning Storm.
Ready, sir.
So that's my hope, is that that's what he does. But he is a good player. He throws away the Leper Gnome. So he's playing around my outs. But he is killing spell damage as well, so that I can't get a good Lightning Storm. I'm going to lose this game. I don't know what I could have done. I mean, I had a relatively fast start, and I did keep a Lightning Storm, but he just had pretty much a perfect draw with the Young Priestess making this the Young Priestess making this not die to my Stormforged Axe is just too bad. Kobold Geomancer is not good enough. I'm about to take a ton of damage. Well, I just have to assume I flip spell damage or else I lose. I didn't get it. I have to assume it deals 3 damage to this bear or I lose. Doesn't. So, it's over. I mean, I'm going to take 8 damage here. But he can life tap as much as he wants to, and all he needs is 1 more damage at any point, and then I will... Jesus, that was annoying. I had, a Stormforged Axe and Lightning Storm, and even the stupid monkey, but his draw was so freaking amazing. There's just nothing I could do. He drafted the perfect aggro deck. And got the perfect draw on top of it with this 5-drop coming at the perfect time. All of his 1-drops in his opening hand. That was annoying. Well, at least it wasn't a hunter, but that was dumb. It always sucks losing to aggro. That's one of the worst things to lose to. What I really needed was like Lightning Bolt and Fork Lightning. I basically just needed all of my removal. Lightning Storm was nice, but he played these 3 toughness minions and he manufactured a 3 toughness minion. And that just sealed the deal, I think. Now what I could have done differently is I could have coined out the Stormforged Axe. That is a fact. I could have killed that Flame Imp. Then on turn 2 would have played another Flame Imp and the Young Priestess. Yeah, I would have still actually lost. It was just totally hopeless. Alright, let's keep all this stuff. Hopefully I don't have to use... I got the other Stormforged Axe. That's really bad. So I have a dead card here. I'm playing a card down compared to my opponent. But hopefully I don't actually have to use this. Hopefully I can just leisurely make a totem and make a monkey and hang on to this stuff for later. But if I have to use it, then I will.
Greetings, friend.
Oh, hey, an actual 1-drop on turn 1. Look at that. Calendar Days. What an odd name for a player.
Wanna blow something?
Mad Bomber, ladies and gentlemen. every goddamn time. We got our lightning storm here. Those lightning bolts is what I really needed last time. That would have given me kill without any hullabaloo. Hullabala. Alright, luckily she has nothing on turn 3, so that's good. Slow start favors me, I think. With all this removal at hand. And even more removal. Okay. This might be too much of a good thing pretty soon. I'm attacking her face because I've got another one, and it's just going to be a dead card if I don't ever, you know, hit her face and use it up.
Blood and plunder.
She gets basically an iron for a grizzly. Alright. I'm actually going to play this guy. Don't really see any reason to play the monkey at the moment. And I'll keep this axe. I might want to hit a creature with it and not want to have the mana to replay this because I might want to play the monkey instead of playing this axe next turn. So this thing killed a Mad Bomber, hit her in the face, and now we'll see if it hits her in the face again, or if it'll actually find a target. Well, unless something strange happens now, it actually is going to kill this fairy dragon for me. Eviscerate my Blade Master, which is totally fair. Yep, gonna kill this fairy dragon. If I weren't overloaded, I could actually coin him to the ogre. As it is, we'll do this. This. I could coin the Stormforged Axe, that's very, very silly because if I did that, I would not be able to play the ogre next turn. That overload actually really bit me in the game against the warlock as well. A fiery war axe would have been much better. It would have actually been able to kill that stupid second flame imp. Alright, so she gets a very good card. This is extremely dangerous to let a rogue keep. Ah, jeez, I can't let her keep that. I'm gonna have to Stormforged Axe and Lightning Bolt it. So we'll draw a card. Dax, coin, bolt, monkey. If you can at all avoid it, you really don't want to let your opponent keep a Violet Teacher. Now the problem is I'm not playing an ogre next turn. Well, just I can content myself with a totem and a Blue-Go Warrior. Unless there is a call for Lightning Storm, which maybe there is. Who knows? She might dump her hand here. Calendar days. What an odd name. Are there other kinds of days besides calendar days? Moon days, Sundays, Wednesdays. What other days are there besides calendar days? That's such like a poetic name for a game where you expect more, you know, fantasy type stuff. Spiteful Smith is another dangerous creature, especially because the opponent can easily enrage it. Oh, this sucks. 2, 4. I'm gonna have to throw everything at this. I can't let this thing live. Manatide Totem, well, I got that going for me, I guess. So, kind of disgusting throwing all this stuff at the Spiteful Smith, but it's just a really good card, and I can't let my opponent keep it. So, she gets some card advantage there. But I get a little bit back with this Manatide. Now, these Manatides have not had a very good survival rate. They've all been silenced or charged at. I don't think I've gotten 2 cards out of it a single time in this whole run. But if ever there would be a time for that to happen for the first time, please let that be now. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus Christ, why? Oh, she has 2 answers to it. Ridiculous. Honest to God. Jesus. Well. I can play the ogre, but then I can't clear her board. You know what? Alright, we'll make a totem, Flame Tongue, and Spellbreaker. So let's first see what totem we get. Taunt. It's pretty good. Spellbreaker.
Your magic shall not cease.
Spellbreaker over here so that new totems
Your magic
come
shall
to the right of the
not
Flame
cease.
Tongue. Let's do this. Use Stupid Monkey to kill that. Turn. Pretty good setup here. Safe from betrayal with this 0 power minion in the middle. 5 cards to 4. One of my cards is a totem, but that totem has legitimacy because it's got damage thanks to Flame Tongue, and I can play the ogre next turn, hopefully. It's the problem with these expensive cards. If you're ever doing stuff, you can't ever actually play them. She gets another pirate, which is annoying because it kills this but doesn't kill that. And she's going to eviscerate that anyway. No, she's going to eviscerate the flame tongue. Interesting choice. Well, this guy will still kill the pirate, which I'm okay with. Since that was her whole turn, I think I gotta say I was pretty happy about it. No, she's a Scarlet Crusader. Ah, me without any Earth Shocks. Well, let's play the Ogre. Do the trade. Turn. This will buff my Elemental, so hopefully she plays out a couple of cheap minions. Everything dies to Lightning Storm and we win the game. GG. Up to 5. Let's do her on a skewer. Taunt Totem is very good here. Prevents the Crusader plus the dagger from killing him with Elemental. Former champion, though, is going to take care of the Unbound Elemental regardless. Sunwalker, Texas Ranger is pretty good. We'll kill these Swarmwind champions. This Ogre's 7 health is a lot more relevant than you might think. Totem? This Totem might actually live. Second Lightning Storm. I should have put the Totem in the middle, though. Now with Betrayal, she can kill the Ogre, but if the Totem were in the middle, she wouldn't be able to kill the Ogre with Betrayal, which is a pretty big deal. There's another Iron Goblet. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus! She actually hits the Ogre, though. That's a little bit greedy. Taking some serious damage there. And plays Violet Teacher. Now she can kill this with the Scarlet Crusader. But with Lightning Storm, that'll be good enough to kill that. And oh, she doesn't even kill! Oh my god, she doesn't kill the spell damage totem. Don't let Shamans keep spell damage totems. Kids, don't do it. Well, so I can just keep the spell damage totem. I get to take down another Violet Teacher. 10 health, she's drawing off the top. I got good chances here. Really good chances because she'd have to draw a lot of cards in sequence that all deal damage to me, and I'm gonna kill her in 2 turns.
Wanna blow something up?
Mad Bummer. That kills the Sunwalker. So well, I'd kit all of my own stuff. That's ridiculous. So she's figuring it's gonna hit her anyway. Might as well kill it. Fair enough. Mix the dagger again. Well, the question is, do we kill this Mad Bomber or do we hit her in the face? I think we're gonna just kill this Bomber. It seems fine. I mean, I happen to get the healing totem, which is gonna heal my guy up anyway. I don't want her to like just hit me down and then kill me over 2 turns because I didn't kill her stupid creature. Or play like a top deck and assassinate for the Ogre. Alright, she hits me in the face with the dagger. And interesting, so it's not removal for the Ogre, but it's not something worth playing either. Now we're getting into pretty good territory. My next totem is a Taunt Totem. I'm at 12 health with 2 cards, a rogue. I don't think can deal 12 damage. She can deal 11 if it were Leroy plus Cold Blood. She could get me up to...
The mana.
I see, it was a Mana Addict that she didn't want to play last turn. She's going to give it Cold Blood. Well, that's not going to do it, I'm afraid. Not going to do it.
I guess.
Okay. Cool. So we're up to 5 wins. The deck clearly has some issues. But we still have a chance to make it to 7 wins with just a little bit more luck. We lost to a Hunter. And we lost to... Oh my god, my memory's so bad. Who did we lose to? It was the game right before this one. Yes, it was a Warlock. That's right. My god, something's going wrong with my head. But yes, we lost to a Hunter and a Warlock in this run so far. But there's probably lots of bad matchups. It doesn't matter what class I play so much as getting good draws. Alright, Venom the Rogue. That's a good name for Rogue. Much better than Calendar Days. Calendar Days should take some calendar lessons from this Rogue. I will comment upon the fact that I have the coin against a Rogue, which is very good. And a decent sequence of plays. I can't really coin the Loot Hoarder on turn 1. That would be dumb. She could just make the dagger kill it, and I lost my coin for nothing, pretty much. Just cycle a card. It's not really worth it. And she doesn't have a turn 1 play herself. I have 2 Loot Hoarders, though. This I will do. Now, it sucks being up against a Rogue, because she's going to get to kill my first Loot Hoarder with the dagger and the second one. But I'm getting these out of the way, and I'm stopping her from doing anything on turn 2, at least. The problem is she has turn 3 free. Because on turn 3, she'll have a dagger in her hand to kill this Loot Hoarder with, and she can do whatever she wants. But we're just going to take that chance. The nice thing, too, is if she daggers here, she's not playing a real creature. If I had passed the turn, I would have, given her the ability to play real things. Well, maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have waited, see if she plays a 3-2, play the Loot Hoarder, then on turn 3, either she daggers to kill the Loot Hoarder, or she lets me kill her 3-2 with her creature. As it is, she gets to react to me with just her hero ability and hold me at bay, and she has the third turn. That was probably a mistake. Probably should have passed on turn 1 against a rogue. Against any other class, sure. But against a rogue, probably should have just passed. She's thinking a whole lot. She doesn't know that I have a second Loot Hoarder that I'm planning to play, of course. Although if she's good, she must be wondering, why would somebody coin a Loot Hoarder out? Like, what do they have that they would rather play second? Oh my god, she's gonna backstab this and play a Knife Juggler. Well, I'm really happy about that, because this Loot Hoarder just got me up a card. She spent her backstab on the Loot Hoarder. She, I guess, really wanted to get that Knife Juggler into play. Well, we'll play a Loot Hoarder number 2. Now she can play a minion, has a 50-50 chance of killing a Loot Hoarder. But that's got to be terrifying, though, because then if she misses, the Loot Hoarder will kill the Knife Juggler for me and give me up another card. So there's a really big coin flip coming up. No, she doesn't take the coin flip. She just takes the dagger. Well, why did she do that? Why didn't she just do the dagger last time? I think my opponent got a little bit too fancy for her own good here. She could have just daggered that last turn and would have been in much better shape. Okay, what I'm going to do here then is play the... oh, wait, I can play the Fairy Dragon and this. I think I'm going to do that. Seems good. So the Fairy Dragon threatens to trade with a Knife Juggler. If she leaves it alone, I can actually use this to kill a Knife Juggler. This guy would have just died a Knife Juggler in the dagger, but this way, I actually get to keep a minion on the board after the Knife Juggler trades out. So my opponent and I both made very questionable opening moves in this game, I would say. The Knife Juggler, hoping to kill this, misses his 1 in 3 odds, though. Defiance Ringleader would be a good card here. Oh, she has Blade Flurry. Oh, what? What? She just hit the Fairy Dragon. I think I'm playing against someone... Okay, I don't think the person I'm playing against is actually, like, at 5 wins. This is a pretty abysmal play. She just took 3 damage for really, literally no reason. I'll probably Drake now. Pretty big. It's a 4/6, like a Druid of the Claw. Or a Spiteful Smith, but for 4 mana instead of 5. She wants Silence. Or Assassinate. Sap would be okay, but not great. Sapping a 4 mana minion is not the greatest thing in the world. Got a handful of 3 mana minions, which actually is its own kind of awkward. You can only play 1 per turn, but when you're on turn 5, you don't want to be playing 1 3 mana minion per turn. You want to be playing, you know, bigger stuff than that. Luckily, she plays a Fen Creeper. I say luckily because this gives me a pretty good turn here. I can hit this.
For the king! For honor.
Creeper. So my opponent hasn't really put up much of a fight. We have equal cards in hand, but I've got 2 extra creatures on the board, so I'd say I'm winning.
For the king!
She counter Stormwind Knights me, but the problem is my Twilight Drake still has enough juice to kill her Stormwind Knight, unless she eviscerates it. Alright, fair deal. It was a pretty good turn. She cleared my board and put a creature on her side. What I'm going to do here is the combo of the ages, Blade Master, Farseer. Giving myself another 4/6 and a 3/3 to boot. I've got enough health and enough card advantage. I'm not really worried about this guy hitting me, so if healing myself seems silly, might as well make my guy supercharged. So let's see if she can clear my turn again. She would really like to. We can also see if Mana Tide Totem might be a little bit luckier for me this time, besides just being a 3 mana cycle.
The light protects
Argent
me.
Squire, me without any Blood Knights, and a Sea Giant. Oh my god, I don't have any hexes. I don't have hexes. This is really kind of disgusting. Okay, so what do we do here? Think this. This. Hopefully, I win the coin flip this time. Lightning Bolt. Farseer. So I just cashed out a lot of my clouds, as it were, killing that Sea Giant. If she does that too much to me, like again to me, I might be in a lot of trouble. But that's the advantage of having extra board presence. Sure, she played a Giant, but I just 2-for-1 myself. Cleared it out. It's fine. Mad Bomber can't really do that much. Hits me in the face a whole lot. That's fine. I can take it out still. That guy's not good unless she also heals it like I healed mine. She's He's going for the throat, but it's not good enough. I have a pair of chilling Yetis. I can just take her out. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I will play the Mana Tide, because I can clear her board. Oh god, I screwed up. I should have put the Mana Tide in the middle to play around Betrayal. Well, we can still do that. We'll play around Betrayal like this.
Face the mana.
Kill this thing. And we get a card. Alright, so I'm at high enough health. She can't burn me out. I've got a pretty big board lead. It's going to be difficult for her to clear the board without spending 2 cards. She needs something really big, or some kind of a legendary. That isn't really going to cut it, because I can actually kill that relatively easily. She finishes... Oh, she's going to have a Blade Flurry now? Okay, so this time we got the Blade Flurry. So now, actually, she's... If I don't get a spell to beef up the Mana Addict, I'm going to have a hard time. Spell Breaker is not a spell. Let's draw a card. Look for a spell. I don't get one. Shoot. This is my Mana Addict is a piece of garbage. Well... Taunt is good, but I need to kill at least one of these. My Mana Tide is going to die.
What a rush.
Well, that's light. At least I got 2 cards out of it. But my opponent actually kind of wormed her way back into this game with the Silverhand Knight and the removal and the Blade Flurry. That was like 2 cards that she had, and they were absolutely perfect. I might actually lose now. She's crawling her way back into it. She's going to have to kill that and use this guy's attack to kill the Mana Tide. But then, I don't know. Maybe I should have played Spellbreaker just to have something I could trade with the Silverhand Knight. That might have been a mistake. We'll see. Still wouldn't mind getting a spell so that I could kill the Squire at least with my Mana Addict.
So many.
One of my Stormforged axes would not go amiss here either. She decides to kill... Does she have a Fan of Knives? Does she actually get a Fan of Knives? She decides that she does not kill the Mana Tide. Oh my goodness. She decides that the Mana Tide was a lesser threat than the Unbound Elemental. I think that's a strategic blunder. Well, we'll do this. Play the stupid monkey and the ogre.
What a rush.
Point turn this thing away, so I'll just... So she made a horrific blunder there, letting my Mana Tide's totem survive. I mean, if I keep drawing cards, she's just not going to get ahead of me fast enough. Yeah, this person made some very questionable decisions all throughout the game. Don't think they actually have 5 wins. Well, she manages to dagger this down over a couple of turns. There's a Frost Elemental freezing my Boulder Fist Ogre, however I can silence it. So the fact that I held onto this ends up being pretty good. And then I can clear her board out again. Like I've done that a lot already, but I'll do that as much as I need to. Okay, so we silence this.
Your magic shall not save you.
Now I can kill... Can I win? 6, 8, 9? No. So we kill that, like so. We kill this, like so. That, like so. And... play Sunwalker Texas Ranger. It costs more than the Tiger, so I might as well play a more expensive card. So I have 10, 14 damage here. I'm in good shape. She's got just 1 card. Can't kill me. I'm at 17 health. I should win this game unless really, really crazy things start happening. That I honestly don't even know what it would be that would make me lose. Yeah, I can't think of anything she could have that could win as a rogue. She can't clear the board as a rogue other than vanish, but then I could just replay my minions. That Spellbreaker was extraordinarily good, letting my ogre attack when it was freezed. Don't forget about that, folks. Silence breaks freeze. This is very important if you're a mage, if you're planning to like play Blizzard and Spellbreaker. Spellbreak first, otherwise if you Blizzard and then silence something's taunt or whatever, it'll actually get unfrozen and you'll be able to attack. She plays a Dark Scale Healer, which is not really going to cut it. She actually is very liberal taking damage with her dagger here. 6, 8, 14, she's got 3 health left. The Lightning Bolt will let me win. Luck here would let me win. Stormforged Axe, close enough. I'm not going to die. There's no card she could possibly draw there. So, I'm threatening lethal in ways next turn. There's just literally no card in the game that she could possibly draw. Not even Deathwing would save her now. My advice would be for her to go out in style and kill herself against the Sunwalker. Valyria is an honorable rogue. She goes down fighting. So just leave it all to her minions. She gets into the thick of things herself. Oh my god. What did you get? It's not gonna let you in. Okay, sure, great. Shoot that. Why are you doing this? Okay. Okay, yeah. Dope. Does attacking more also give you more XP? Someone posted and confirmed that yes, playing more cards gives you more experience, which means that being bad-mannered pays off in the long run, playing cards you don't need. I mean, in the long run, that just adds up. Who knows? I might be like level 50 with all my classes now if I always played all my cards. But I don't know if like attacking and doing things also increases your experience, because she did as much as she could before conceding, so just wasting my time and hers for a questionable gain. Well, here we are, 6-2 with a seemingly shoddy deck. It's got good cards, but it just doesn't go together well. Probably my problem is too many 3-drops. Farnham the Paladin, that's a very familiar name. I don't know what fantasy series that's from. This is a pretty garbage opener. I'm actually going to mulligan that Lightning Bolt and really fish for Stormforged Axe and creatures. I just don't want to play Lightning Bolt early on. We get this junk. Well, that's not very good. Ah, okay, so what I can do here is play the Loot Hoarder on turn 2. Hopefully he passes on turn 1. That's really, really nice. Okay, good. And so once this happens, he's going to be tempted now to play a Recruit as opposed to a real creature, because the Loot Hoarder doesn't want it to trade. If he plays a 2-3, even better, I can Flame Tongue and boom, kill it, draw, go up a card. Well, he is going to play a 3-drop. Is it Scarlet Crusader or Harvest Golem? Because it would have to be. It's a Raging Worgen, so he's getting greedy. He's trying to turn on Wind Fury against me, which he's welcome to do, because boom, shlibbity shloom. And there's my Stormforged Axe for clearing out all of his recruits. Excellent. Now I can also play this Monkey, which is fantastic with the Flame Tongue Totem. Fan-fiddly-tastic. He's trying to kill my Flame Tongue with the Panther. No dice, Bubba Mice. We're going to play let's do it Monkey. Now what he needs here is a True Silver Champion, or a Silence, and then he's in great shape. So he could, even though I got off to a pretty good start, he could just catch right back up. He's got a Cult Master. Well, that's not quite gonna cut it. He is going up a card by doing this, but that really wasn't the best thing he could have gotten. The best thing he could have gotten would have been some way that he could kill my stuff with. So we're gonna do this. This. Warrior. Well, I'd say that went very well. He didn't have what he needed, and I had what I needed. I wish this were a Flame or a Fiery War Axe though, because now I'm overloaded, so I can't play Sunwalker next turn, which could be a really big hindrance. Hammer of Wrath, so he goes up another card there. He's up to 7 cards, but I'm a little bit ahead on the board. I really wish I could play Sunwalker. Jesus, that sucks that I can't play Sunwalker. Oh, 4th Lightning. Well, I mean, at least I'm a Shaman, so at least I'm like putting stuff on a board there with my totems, but man, that sucks. So why am I not attacking his face? Well, because he's a Paladin. I want to use these axes for his totems all day, every day. Man, the fact that I could not play Sunwalker last turn was a big deal. Consecration. More like Conseclamation, am I right? Is he gonna play? Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus. Of all the freaking things. Well, I'm playing Sunwalker, even though it means I'm leaving the ooze alive. I can't afford to slow that down anymore. But this sucks. He had a pretty slow start, but the Cult Master, the Hammer of Wrath, and everything just kind of kept necking it. He plays a very risky Mad Bomber. It hits my Sunwalker twice. Are you goddamn kidding me? Look at that. Sunwalker twice. It could have killed his ooze, but instead it actually let him kill my Sunwalker. That was a pretty epic Mad Bomber. Oh my fucking lord. Well, now I just have all this junk and I can't win the game. Oh, Lightning Bolt. No! Well, we made it to 6 wins. And as we so often do, we lost to some idiots. Taunt Totem? Well, gotta admit, that was very lucky that I got the Taunt Totem. But after this Mad Bomber hit my Sunwalker twice, I mean, once I could have taken, but twice, we have this junk. He's got a bunch of cards. Well, the only way that I could win is if I, well, top deck my endgame and can actually play it. I can play Boulder Festoger next turn. Spellbreaker wouldn't be the worst thing now, so I could silence this thing up.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I can really silence that thing up. Holy crap, that would be great. Nope, not a chance. Not a motherfucking chance. Ah, Jesus. Well, what the hell do you even do here? well. He's got 5 cards to my 5, kind of, but 2 of mine are totems. He also has a weapon that he's trying not to use. I can still play Boulder Fist Ogre if I draw it next turn, but if I don't get one of those guys soon, I'm going to be in a heap of trouble because I just got nothing. This guy has not much board presence at all. So the Consecration. Are you kidding me? Well, 6 wins with this pretty shoddy deck and facing all those hunters is pretty good. But I feel like I should have won this game. I mean, I guess I should have lost like at least 2 games that I won, so the fact that I lost a game I should have... Sorry, I won a couple of games I should have lost, so the fact that I lost a game I should have won, I can't complain too much. But that was annoying. Oh man, Addict. Alright, fine, we're not going to concede. There's still some game left here. Maybe he's got 4 angry chickens. I don't know. And maybe I get Alakir the Windlord and it clears him up somehow. I guess I should really wait and see what his cards are before I concede. Oh, that's pretty junky. That's junky. What have you got? A Blessing of Kings? Okay, Spellbreaker would be nice. Anytime now.
Reporting for duty.
6/5, but if I Spellbreak it, it's not a problem. Fairy Dragon. Oh, of course. Story of my goddamn life. Oh, I don't even get it. Well, I'm dead in a couple of turns. That Blessing of King was the nail in my coffin, but he had some pretty crappy cards there, so I might have won if the rest of his cards were also crappy. He's going for the base, which is totally reasonable, so now my Stormforged Axe is very good. He heals up and puts a Showing Yeti on the board. I'm in a lot of trouble now, I don't really have any outs.
Reporting for duty.
Even Alakir the Windlord won't save me. Boulder Fist Ogre. Are you goddamn kidding me, Boulder Fist Ogre? I fucking hate you. Alright, so that's that. And yes, I could have fished for a Tom Totem, blah blah blah, but oh, it's over. So, yeah, that sucked. That sucked a heap of dongs is what it did. But at least made it to 6 wins. So thanks for watching. Please like and or subscribe. And let's now see our prize. Bah. Bah is all I have to say. We get 145 gold. Well, that's practically like getting to 7 wins. Who can complain about that? Not even this whiner. We get an unremarkable pack, which is totally fine. Let's dust some husts. What? That's not a word. Hust isn't the word. Blue, blue, blue. Okay. Next arena will be a rogue, a druid, or a priest. Thanks again for watching, folks. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.